Hello, my name is Shanna Anness, and welcome to my presentation on capital finance in healthcare organizations. So we will start with an overview of this presentation. So we are going to start by, we'll start with some definitions and importance of capital finance. We are going to talk about two financing recommendations for healthcare organizations. We will talk about supporting evidence from research, and then we will finish off with a conclusion and insights. So, capital finance is the strategic management of resources to fund substantial long term investments in healthcare infrastructure and technology. For nonprofit healthcare organizations, equity financing methods such as governmental grants and charitable contributions are critical sources of capital. These methods allow organizations to secure funds without the immediate repayment obligations associated with debt financing, making them well suited to address complex financial demands. For profit organizations often supplement these options with stock issuances. However, the volatility of internally generated funds often are impacted by shrinking operational budgets and rising costs, which complicates capital allocation decisions. In a Canadian healthcare context, effective capital investment is essential to maintaining and modernizing infrastructure. As highlighted by Tija et al. 2020, inadequate investment in facilities and technology can result in outdated infrastructure, reduced operational efficiencies, and diminished quality of care. The researchers in this article emphasize that thoughtful capital financing addresses deferred maintenance and enhances access to care, while also supports the adoption of new technologies that can improve healthcare delivery and outcomes. So, to secure sustainable financing, organizations must employ a mix of public-private partnerships, innovative funding tools, to ensure that resources are directed towards impactful, future-focused initiatives. So the first recommendation is financing recommendation number 1, tax-exempt bonds. So tax-exempt bonds are foundational to nonprofit healthcare financing, and these bonds are issued with interest payments exempt from federal taxes, making them an attractive option for funding major projects like hospital expansions or upgrading outdated infrastructure. According to Zelman et al. 2020, tax-exempt bonds typically carry lower interest rates than taxable bonds, which reduces the overall cost of borrowing for long-term projects. Additionally, their extended maturity terms, often around 20 to 35 years, provide flexibility in repayment. However, challenges do exist still with this type of bond. Issuance costs are higher due to legal and regulatory requirements, and the approval process is often lengthy and require alignment with government authorities. This necessitates careful planning and project alignment with organizational priorities. Hulse et al. 2021 further highlight that tax-exempt financing is most effective when tied to initiatives with clear community benefits, which ensure that both financial savings and public impact are maximized. The second recommendation is internally generated funds. So, internally generated funds offer a sustainable financing method for healthcare organizations. These funds derive from operational surpluses, do not incur the debt burden associated with external financing, making them ideal for smaller scale or high priority projects. Zelman et al. 2020 emphasized the importance of using these funds judiciously, as they represent a finite resource that could otherwise be invested to generate returns. For example, an institution like a community college could use operational surpluses to establish a simulation lab for nursing education. This aligns with both institutional goals and workforce development needs, enhancing the quality of care healthcare delivery in the region. However, as highlighted in Hulse et al. 2021, financial pressures such as rising costs and shrinking revenues can limit the availability of these funds, requiring organizations to adopt careful resource allocation strategies. So, healthcare organizations must prioritize projects that deliver financial and non financial returns when making capital decisions, particularly in areas critical to their mission, including investing in simulation labs. So, financially, these projects can enhance operational efficiencies and generate new revenue streams, addressing pressing issues like workforce shortages. For example, implementing advanced nursing simulation labs may involve significant upfront costs, but research supports their long term financial and social benefits. These labs prepare students for real world challenges and also align with organizational strategic goals of workforce readiness and community engagement. The research highlights that capital investments with dual financial and societal benefits are essential for sustainable operations. Hulse et al. 2021 highlight the importance of evaluating projects for their broader societal impact, such as improved access to care and strengthened community partnerships. In the context of a college, simulation labs, for instance, serve as a platform for a collaboration between healthcare organizations and educational institutions, enhancing the quality of care delivered in the community by preparing competent and confident nurses. And these projects also improve institutional reputation, attracting students and donors, which contributes to long-term financial stability. Capital finance decisions must also consider funding challenges and inequities within healthcare. Taja et al. 2020 point to the risks of underinvestment in capital projects, which can exacerbate disparities in resource distributions. In Canada, smaller and rural institutions often face greater challenges in accessing capital funds compared to urban counterparts. This highlights the need for innovative solutions such as targeted government grants or public private partnerships to address these gaps. By focusing on projects that balance financial returns with quality improvement and community impact, healthcare organizations can effectively navigate the complexities of capital financing. Simulation labs exemplify this dual approach as they advance educational outcomes and also contribute to broader healthcare goals. As Zelman et al. 2020 emphasized, strategic investments in capital projects strengthen financial performance while enhancing the organization's capacity to fulfill its mission in a sustainable manner. So, we are going to talk about key challenges in capital finance, including what challenges are and mitigation strategies. So, the complexity of capital finance have grown with organizations facing challenges such as financial uncertainties from policy changes when it comes to Confederation College and the college that I work for, specifically changes in law to international student caps, which are a huge source of income for the organization I work for. So, as Zelman et al. 2020 explained, these uncertainties require healthcare organizations to diversify revenue streams and maintain robust liquidity to secure better financing terms. So, for example, an organization might explore partnership with local industries or develop new program offerings to mitigate revenue loss. Hulse et al. 2021 also emphasized the importance of financial agility, highlighting that organizations must adopt innovative approaches such as blended financing models or strategic collaborations to bridge funding gaps and maintain financial resilience. These strategies help organizations balance immediate operational needs with long-term growth objectives. In closing, capital finance is critical to the sustainability of healthcare organizations. Tax exempt bonds and internally generated funds provide two viable pathways for financing major projects, each with distinct advantages and challenges. By balancing financial and non financial ROI, organizations can ensure that their investments deliver value to both stakeholders and the broader community. Zelman et al. 2020 stressed the importance of aligning financial strategies with organizational missions, while Hulse et al. 2021 highlight the role of innovative financing in achieving long-term impact. So as we move forward, it is essential to prioritize data-driven and strategic decision-making to navigate the complexities of healthcare finance effectively. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. If you have any questions at all, feel free to contact me on my email. It's sswong@lakeheadu.ca. Thank you.